Hi, welcome back to John's Rolling Life Vlog. Well, as you can tell, in some new digs, um, we moved, so you can actually see my face. Um, I wanted to read a piece of poetry that I really, really love, but first I wanted to uh, address. I know some of you saw my last video last week. That was not a good day. Um, I mentioned that in that video. I mentioned that I wish that doctors and therapists, whatever, would pay more attention to people's mental health and people that have physical disabilities. Um, yeah, I really wish they would. Um, I fight with depression quite a bit. Um, when I was still a wee little lad, I think it was a neurologist told my mother. Uh, he looked at the X-ray, uh, or whatever, the scan, and showed her the scarring on my brain, and said that uh, where the scarring was, that I wouldn't suffer cognitively. I would be totally smart. Wouldn't affect my learning ability or anything, but it would affect my physical ability, and that means that it um, would, which is good, of course, but he told her, and this was back in 80, 87, 88, long time ago. He told her that at some point that I was going to realize once I got older that all these things in my head uh, that I wanted to do, uh, like everyone else does in life, that I was going to have to deal with the fact, or face the fact that I could not do some of those things. Um, and I won't get into detail of what that is. That's my business. But that's a struggle for me. This is a very honest video, but um, after that video last week, a friend of mine reached out. A friend of mine saw the video, reached out, and reminded me that I don't have to. If I'm gonna make videos and talk to people, and I don't, a lot of videos they they shoot and have all these effects, and it looks so beautiful, and everything's great, and everything's happy, and everything's awesome all the time. It's not what I'm going for. And a friend of mine said that's completely okay. She reminded me of that. Um, so, if you watch these videos, if anyone watches these videos, I think that a couple of people I know, um, you know, some days I'm gonna have good days, some days I'm gonna have bad days. But I'm a person that's with this, uh, living this life with disability. To, um, I'm not, I'm not super talented. I write, but I wouldn't consider myself a great writer. Um, I'm not sell anything to you. I'm not a singer. Um, I'll spare you that punishment. Um, I'm just me. Uh, and some days are difficult. And a lot of times it's like pressure on my chest. It builds and builds and builds until it just overflows into just not good days. Then I know those days. I know what causes them. But I guess that you know, uh, this might be a different view than some with disabilities that I've talked to before, that I've known some of them. Uh, but they say, and I don't know, I may have covered this last week in that uh, very not judged very well video that I shouldn't have posted. Uh, but a lot of people say, why would I? I was born this way. I'm in this chair. Why would I dream of anything different? And I completely understand that. And it's not that I dream of not having a disability, or not being in a wheelchair. It just I have I even though I'm in this situation and living with this disability, this painful disability, um, like everyone else, I don't. Let's see if I can put this away and not sound it not come out wrong. I don't in my dreams. I don't dream like a disabled guy. I just in my aspirations. I guess I, I don't add my disability into that. That's why I've always wanted to. I've growing up. I've always wanted to work since I was a kid. I was dreams of getting in, growing up and getting a job and contributing. And, I know several people with disabilities, with CP, that have jobs and lead normal as whatever that word means, live, lives. But, uh, you know, I don't do that. And that job wasn't, uh, the way I was wired, it just doesn't, it's gonna grind on me for, for a long time. Um, that I can't just get up and go at work. I think that's partly, I have a there's tons of good programs that support people with disabilities, and I'm on one of them. And they're great. They provide a lot of really good services. But I disagree with some of them. The fact that you can't go out and just get a job like everyone else. I feel like that's I feel like programs like that that are meant to help people with disabilities should help them grow and become and uh, help them become as much as they possibly can. And sometimes I feel like those programs instead they hold you back, and I don't like that. I don't agree with that. Um, and back to the other part of it, uh, you know, I don't, I wouldn't. My friend put it on. I'm not some kind of CP superhero. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy who survives, who tries to, I make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes, but I've got a big heart, and I try to show that heart. Anyway, I'm gonna continue uh, making videos. Maybe not as much. Maybe other kinds of videos. They may have to do with books and poetry. They may have maybe interviews with other people or talks with other people. They may have to do with religion. They may have to do with art or music. I love music, but people can say, "Oh, you've got a negative outlook. That's not healthy," and I agree, it's not. But I'm not. I don't. I'm not. I don't wish that I didn't have CP, because if I didn't have CP, I wouldn't have met so many mentors and friends and teachers shaped me on, shaped me so far beyond my disability. And I wouldn't have met that friend that helped me last week so deeply understand that I don't have to be some kind of sparkly, shiny, you know, cerebral palsy superhero when I make videos or when I talk to people. I just have to be me. So, uh, thank you to that person. Uh, I know the I know the poetry videos are so boring to so many that don't like it, but to those that do, it's beautiful. I love it. It's peaceful. It brings me peace, and I need that. And those around me need me to be at peace because when I'm not, they're not. Then I have to work on that. I have to be better at that. Um, so I'm gonna do that. But for now, let's read some poetry. Or try to. This one's for you. She Walks in Beauty by Lord Byron. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes. Thus mellowed the tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade more, one ray less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in, even, in every raven's tress, or softly lights o'er her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place. And on that cheek, and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days in goodness spent, a mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. There you go. Have a blessed week. I'll be back.